Good deal. We're going to start our morning off with our bucket calf show, everyone's favorite class of the day. So we could have our exhibitors come on in. I'd like to take a couple minutes and introduce our judge today. Jacob Daisy is an agriculture science teacher from Belleville, Texas. He has been teaching, advising for 24 years at Belleville High School. He graduated from Royal High School, attending Clarendon Junior College, where he's been on a competitive livestock judging team, and went to Blinn College, where he finished his associate's degree in science. He graduated from Texas A&M University with a bachelor's degree in agriculture development and education. He has received many awards in education and was honored to be a Citizen of the Year in Belleville, Texas. He grew up raising and showing cattle and many other livestock species at a young age and believes in the agriculture industry. He has trained 3 state champion dairy cattle teams, second place state FFA livestock judging team in the state of Texas. The team competed in Denver, Colorado at the National Western Stock Show. He has 3 children, Briley, Brooke, and Brody, that show livestock. His family has been showing livestock for 16 years in the market and breeding shows across Texas. Let's give Jacob a warm welcome.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here this morning and to get away from the Texas heat, but it's pretty hot up here also, but without the humidity. But I truly enjoy what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see that this evening, this morning, and judging and interacting with the kids. I'm a father. We show in Texas and very competitive there, and so and I know what it takes, and this is where you start, and it's a great story, and I'm going to go and we're going to talk to all the kids and run down the line, but I'll tell you about my bucket calf experience. We started at our county fair, and we were the first ones that ever started around our area, and so my son was the first group of kiddos, and he's actually a senior now, and he's graduating this year from high school, and we started off with the bucket calf program with him, and he loved it so much that he wanted to keep going and showing cattle, and that's what he did. And so this is just the forefront of what these kids are going to do, and if you enjoy it as a parent and you enjoy it as a group and a family, it just keeps on keeping better, and you learn in the process of it. But it's awesome. I judge quite a few of these bucket calf shows, and some of them are very competitive, but boy, I'm going to tell you one thing, as long as the kids are having fun, you're having fun, that's the main thing. And so we're going to let the kids introduce themselves, and if they want to talk on the microphone, and the name of their calf, and maybe something special about that project. But once again, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. It's always an honor to come out of state and judge any type of cattle show in county, and so it's very heartwarming to me, but thank y'all again for having me. All right, our first exhibitor. He was a little shy, so I always like kind of going through the crowd and then coming back, and maybe they'll warm up a little bit to me. But so what's your name, buddy? Or his dad can talk to him for me. Tell him about your calf.
Say something? Can you say Jackson? No. No. Your name's Jackson.
What's the name of the calf?
What's the name of the calf?
Mom, what's the name of the calf? Arnold. There you go. All right. Well, hey, he's having fun. He's a little tired this morning. I feel your pain, buddy. All right, we're coming to this next guy. He likes it. He was eating on his rope a little bit, and that's all right because, I saw you eating on that rope a while ago. All right, but he's having fun. So tell me the name of your calf.
Danny.
Danny, all right. He said he enjoyed Danny, so that's awesome. We're going to come back here. I like this guy's cowboy hat. Also, couldn't wear my cowboy hat on the plane because sometimes it gets in the way. But hey, you want to talk on the microphone and tell me about your calf and what the name of it is?
What's your calf's name? No. Is it Jenny? No.
What's the name of it?
Jenny.
Jenny, all right. Hey, he's having fun, and that's the main thing. This guy right here, he came up to me and was already talking. So he was talking, and he got a little bashful when I was saying about his name and the breed of the calf. So you want to talk on the microphone? No? Somebody? No?
Say hi. What's your calf's name?
All right, you can talk. What's the calf's name?
What is the calf's name? Vinny. Vinny.
Vinny is the calf's name. All right. Hey, you're doing a good job, bud. All right. Hey, here we go. We got a nice, good profile calf. We like a little club calf. This young lady brought a show stick in, and so, boy, she's well on her way of getting these things stuck and getting them right. But she does a really good job, like her smile also. So you want to tell us a little about your calf? What's your calf's name?
Ophelia.
I always thought that was a cool name. That's probably the first one I've heard in a long time. That's a really unique name. I like that name also. So tell me about what you liked about your project.
I like to wash every day.
She likes to wash her calves every day. I think that's the least favorite my kids like to do is washing their calves. So, hey, I can hire you on my barn any day if you like washing calves, okay, young lady? You're doing a great job. All right, I love this young lady's shirt. This is pretty cool. She got her good belt buckle on. Also, ear tag says Cash. So is that his name, Cash? I imagine that's his name, right? Can't mess that up. So tell me something about your project.
I just like having fun with my calf a lot.
She likes having fun, and I always tell people that's the main thing. If you gotta have fun with livestock, because livestock it makes you happy. That's your happy place, and that's what I always tell people. If you're having a bad day, go out to the barn. Hopefully everything ain't messed up, and you work with animals. And that's what I tell my kids. You enjoy livestock, and that's a great point. Congratulations, young lady. All right, hey, like them pigtails, man. Your hair is awesome this morning. I like your shirt, man. She's decked out to the max. So I like this little calf. He's pretty cool, and boy, you could do both ways with him. Show him a little bit, make him something. But he's really nice and really cute, kind of like you. And his little hair's all cut up. Boy, he looks good. He's shaved up. So tell me about what's his name?
Friendly.
What is it?
Friendly.
Friendly. Okay, that's awesome because I really like animals being friendly with me because I've gotten kicked and grooming them and breaking them and things like that. So when they're friendly, it's a lot easier, and you can get along with them a lot better. So tell me, do you like anything about your project?
I like feeding him.
Good. She says she likes feeding him, and that's the main thing. And that's the most expensive thing of the whole project is feeding them, right? And so as many stuff as we give them. So you always got to remember that, tell your mom and dad, that when the feed bill, when you have about 4 or 5 of them on feed and you got siblings, the feed bill is going to be really, really important on what you do at home with them, right? So hey, if you like feeding, you better watch out because it gets expensive. Hey, have a good day. All right, hey, another one. Look at this pink. She's all in pink belt, everything, hair, everything. So tell me, what's your calf's name? She said Candy Cane. That is awesome. Got him slicked up, looking good. Boy, I'm going to tell you one thing. She's enjoying herself. She's smiling right now. So what'd you like about Candy Cane?
Feeding him.
She said feeding awesome, and they got their hands full also. Dad better get him another job. All right. So, hey, we got the littlest one right here, and she's kind of shy. Mom might have to talk to her. But I'm going to tell you one thing. She's doing a great job out here. She's in purple. I love that. It's one of my favorite colors also. And so this calf has a unique name, and his halter kind of matches his name. So I thought that was pretty cool. So Mom, what is it?
Black turquoise.
Black turquoise. That's what she named him. So that is awesome. And so I really like that name. That's pretty cool. Hey, it's all right. He can sit down. He had a big morning already. So, but I'm going to tell you one thing. That's a great name. And have a good evening, young lady. All right, this young man, he was really entailed on detail with his animal, and boy, I really enjoyed that. He said he enjoyed his calf. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit. Tell him about your name and what you liked about your calf.
His name is Hulk, and I like him because I like petting him because he's friendly and he feels warm when you pet him.
There you go. He feels warm when you pet him, especially when you put a blower on him also, right? So especially on winter days, it really feels good when you hit when they're warm on their hide. But I'll tell you one thing, hey, you did a good job. You did a good job answering your questions. I know you're probably a little older, so you're going to probably move up and start showing these things. So really, really good job, young man, and that's a nice calf you got. All right, the next lady, hey, like your shirt also. I like that halter. That's really nice, good-looking colors there also. So tell me a little bit about your project and the name of your project.
So his name is Angus.
Okay. So his breed is probably Angus?
Yeah,
So she said his name is Angus and his breed is Angus, so that's pretty unique. So that's cool. Can always remember that. But I'm gonna tell you, she did a good job. She always said that she likes halter breaking them also. So that's cool. That's one of my things I do not like is halter breaking calves for my kids sometimes. And so, but did you enjoy your project? Yes, that's good. So that's nice. Like I said, we all want to enjoy these projects because they grow on us and they make us better showmen and feeders for the future of what we're doing. So we end up with this lady right here. Boy, I really like that T-shirt. I like that color of that halter. So tell me a little bit about your calf and the name of it.
Sprinkles.
So she said this calf's name is Sprinkles, and that is awesome. I love that name. That's an awesome name. I really love that color of that halter. So what'd you like about Sprinkles?
I don't know.
She said she don't know, but I guarantee she liked rubbing on him and messing with his hair and things like that. And and you really do a good job holding on to him, so that's awesome. So we know that Dad and Mom or whatever did the breaking job on him pretty good, right? And you probably have a good handle on him also. Hey, that's awesome. So really, it's always a pleasure to do this, and I always tell people in their county fairs that this is where it starts, and if you like it, and you gravitate to it, it just keeps on building, and it makes the county and and the animals better in the county. And so, boy, I'll tell you one thing, it's always a positive when you can put this in your county program, and it just grows. Ours is very large. It started from 10 kids to now we have 40. So it's doing the work, and that's what it's made for. And it gets the parents involved and the community, grandparents, and whoever else helps them. And so it just makes the cattle a lot better when the kids get a lot older also, because we just learn and grow, whether we come from a livestock family or not, or a producer family or whatever else. This bucket calf program is awesome. It's it's in a tremendous amount of states that I've been in, and so it's an awesome program. So I want to tell y'all did a great job. Parents, keep up the good work. Let's give this group a round of applause. They did an awesome job. And everybody's a winner today, and that's the main thing. When you deal with livestock, everybody's always a winner. So y'all have a good evening. Thank y'all.
Congratulations to our bucket calf exhibitors. Up next, we have our senior breeding beef showmanship, followed by our intermediate and junior showmanship. In the ring, we have senior breeding beef showmanship. We have Blair Sanchez, Gage Broda, Tate Berry, Brianna Hollingsworth, and Hayden Hubbard. While we have a couple of seconds, we want to thank our buckle sponsors. Our senior breeding beef showmanship buckle sponsor is MDM Landscaping. Our intermediate beef showmanship buckle sponsor is Lembitz Livestock. And our junior breeding beef showmanship buckle sponsor is Hollingsworth Angus. So thank you to those buckle sponsors for making this possible. While our judge works through the senior breeding beef showmanship, I'd like to take a minute to encourage everyone to attend the FFA livestock sale at 7 p.m. on Friday at the Wyoming Hereford Ranch, and the 4-H livestock sale on Saturday morning starting at 9 a.m. here at the event center at Archer. Please come out and support our youth that have worked hard all year long.
Let's give these kids a round of applause. They did a great job in this senior showmanship. Really nice, and showmanship, I always say, it's one at home. It's just one in practice. We practice for sports and everything else, and it takes time. And sometimes these animals, they get out here, and they just don't want to cooperate. It doesn't matter how many times you put them in a show ring, and sometimes they get out here, and they just don't want to set up right. They just don't want to walk and things like that. And so I think that these two exhibitors here on the end, they did an exceptionally good job, especially on eye contact. We got to make sure that when we're on our corners that we see the judge at all times, and that we're still good and fluent with our animal and how that we move with them also. And so they're dancing and prancing around just a tad bit. But I'll tell you one thing, these two exhibitors did a really, really good job. And I thought it just kind of came down in between which one set up a little bit more, which one had a little bit more poise right there onto the neck, get that one set and get that profile look, because that's what we're looking for in showmanship. We want to make sure that we look good, we blend with our animals, and that we're on point. And that's what wins showmanship all the time, especially when you got 5 or 6 really good ones out there. You got to pick them apart piece by piece, and sometimes that's what we do in showmanship because everyone's so good now in showmanship. And so, but I'll tell you one thing, the one that's going to win, they really did a great job on eye contact, got that thing right. If it was wrong, she fixed it. The young lady right in front of me, she's going to be your champion. Congratulations to her. Young man's going to be second right here. I did some answering questionings because I think that's very important. We had a small group. This young man is superb on his questions. I'm going to tell you one thing. He knew his percentage all the way down to the percent of feed and what he did, and that is awesome. That's great. That's always an eye catcher for the judge to make sure that you know your questions and you're on point on your questions also. That cat just wanted to move just a little bit more right there onto her back twos on him, and he wanted to fight that just ever so slightly. She wanted to get out of kilter with him on that placement of those back feet. But boy, I'm going to tell you one thing, he does an excellent job on moving around the ring and good eye contact. Young lady just starting out with this one, she's be next. Really, really nice one. And she said this one's 14 months, and they probably got a little bit more experience with the cattle. Those cattle settle a little bit more better. But I'm going to tell you one thing, when she gets this one stuck and gets this one right in place, she does a really good job. That cat just wanted to fight him on the walk, and then, when the calf fights you on the walk, you just lose a little bit more eye contact. And so, but she did a great job. She kept her poise and composure, and she got that thing stuck. But you did a great job sticking with them. Congratulations, young man. The young lady. The young man that comes in next, really nice, and he gets this thing set up really good. Just a little bit more eye contact, wanting to fight that halter just ever so slightly. Just needs to kind of just tone up just a little bit right there onto those feet placement. He does a great job on the profile, but when you want to make those corners, just make sure you're looking at the judge. Did a great job. Young man ending up the class. There ain't nothing wrong with this young man's showmanship ability. That cat just wants to fight him just ever so slightly. He's got to get those feet placed just a little bit more better for me, but I do like his eye contact. Good job. Let's give these kiddos a round of applause in that senior showmanship.
Congratulations to our senior breeding beef showman. Champion showman, Brianna Hollingsworth. Reserve champion, Hayden Hubbard. Third place, Blair Sanchez. Fourth, Gage Broda. Fourth, Tate Berry. And fifth, Gage Broda. Now entering the ring, we will have our intermediate showman. Entering the ring for our intermediate breeding beef showmanship, we have Ainsley Halligan, Macy Leemaster, Hudson Wright, Cooper Berry, Trigg Sedman, and Riley Vetter. We'd like to thank our intermediate buckle sponsor, Limbitz Livestock LLC. Around the fair this week, Laramie County Fair is lucky enough to have an ambassador program. You will see several youth around on grounds this week and next week. And those ambassadors are Charlotte Ellman, Hayden Hubbard, Brendan Nagy, Blair Sanchez, and Emma Valois. So if you have any questions or need anything, don't be afraid to stop and ask them.
really nice group out here, intermediates for showmanship. And these cattle, are we saying that they want to move around a lot this morning? And that's all right. Maybe they just didn't have their coffee this morning. But I'll tell you one thing, the kids, if you can get in there and you can hang in there and you know that you are a good showman, that you can work with these cattle, that's the main thing. It comes and goes. I'll tell people that all the time, that, we could win 2 or 3 in a row and then we don't win any in a row, for a while in showmanship. And that's all right. That's just how it kind of pans out sometimes with cattle. Like I said, they don't have a manual to them some days, and some days they want to cooperate, and some days they don't want to in the show ring. But I'll tell you, these two, they did a really good job. Like I said, these cattle are moving us a little bit more here at the end. And at the beginning, they were a little settled a little bit more. But I'll tell you, just move them around. Keep on moving them around. But does a really good job. The young man with the red cap, boy, he is point on eye contact. He answered his questions really well. That calf's kind of giving him a fit right now. But I'll tell you one thing, when he gets that thing set up on the profile, he does an excellent job. And I really like him. He's a little bit taller, and that calf's a little bit shorter, but he makes sure that he's seen in these corners in the show ring and that he has good eye contact. And when he gets her on the profile and gets her set up, he does a good job. He's going to be your champion. Congratulations. Young lady's going to be a close second. She does an excellent job, y'all, in getting that thing. That calf just wants to fight her way too much today for me. But I'll tell you one thing, when she gets that thing stuck and gets it going, she gets those feet placement right. And I think that was the deciphering factor between number 2 and number 3. She just had those feet a little bit better, and I know that thing was kind of giving you a little fit right there. But boy, she gets that thing set up. She gets that. She's not the tallest one in the ring, but she gets shown, and she shows you her eyes, and she knows that she's on point on showmanship. She does a good job. Young man in third, I just told him it wasn't his day. That calf just wanted to fight him too much on the profile, and when that thing wanted to settle, the feet got a little too closer than what he probably liked, and she kept on dancing just ever so slightly. But I'm going to tell you one thing, he does a great job on eye contact. I like him for that. I thought that was a close between number 2 and number 3. Good job, bud. The young man with the Hereford, I think he does a really good job on the profile. He just got to get that head up, get that thing right a little bit. Sometimes wants to get a little off on the feet, but I told him, I said, that thing gets that head up and gets that thing cocked up, it's a different view on that profile also. Young lady does a good job also. I told her that she does an excellent job on getting those feet set up. She's got to work on getting eye contact in the show ring, and when that one's on the profile, just make sure that head's up. Young lady with the white calf, Charlotte, just kind of fought her a little bit too much for me today, but she does a good job on the stick, get that thing set up right there on the profile. That calf just needs to settle down a little bit more for her today in the show ring. Let's give these kiddos a round of applause in the intermediate showmanship.
Congratulations to our intermediate breeding beef showman. Our champion showman, Cooper Berry. Reserve champion, Riley Vetter. Third place, Trigg Sedman. Fourth, Hudson Wright. Fifth, Macy Leemaster. And sixth, Ainsley Halligan. Entering the ring now, we have our junior breeding beef showman. In the ring today, we have, in our junior showman, we have Micah Wright, Livia Wright, Braden Vetter, and Grace Berry. After our junior breeding beef showmanship, we will have a peewee showmanship. If you're planning on doing the peewee showmanship, you need to have an older exhibitor and their animal with you.
really nice class of juniors here, and they did a great job. And as you can see, we get these things on the profile and get them set them up. They settled and they look good also, and then that's what we want out of these cattle. And we'll go from top to bottom, and I'll talk them. And but boy, just really good, nice. And I always tell people, this is where you kind of start out from that bucket calf to get them involved in getting them bigger cattle. And as you can see, we don't have many large frame kiddos out here, showmen out here, and so they're doing a really good job keeping up with these cattle, and that's the main thing, and making sure they feel comfortable in showing a larger animal. And so that's what I always tell families when they get in our program: what can we show? And I said, well, what do you want to show? And so and what is your desire? And so that's the main thing, is having something that you like, and making sure that these kids feel comfortable with these projects. They did a really good job. I thought the one that just kind of stood out, that had them in place, and we talk about feet placement all the time, making sure that thing just really set up really nice, good on the questions and answers also. And I think we can make these questions minimal to juniors, but they still need to know something about their project, especially if we don't have really large numbers and judges like to ask questions in classes. And so make sure that the kiddos know something about their projects, and they did a really good job on their questioning and answering also. The one that just came into my mind that really had good eye placement, got that thing settled a little bit more quicker, had the feet set up, be the young lady right here with the black calf. Congratulations to her. She'll be your champion showman in this division. The young man's going to be second with the black calf. That's a big old black calf. But boy, I'm going to tell you one thing, he can handle that thing very well. It gave him a fault here and there, but he stuck in there with him. But when he gets that thing profile and set up on feet and legs, that thing's really, really nice, and he knows how to set her up. Congratulations to him. He'll be second. The young lady right here in the middle with the Hereford, she's going to be third. Really nice job. She does a good job getting that thing set up. We just got to get a little bit more eye contact, get that head up right there onto that heifer. I know the kiddos are small, but you can choke up on those halters and get those heads set up, but she does a really good job. Young lady, that heifer just kind of wanted to fight you, but she does an excellent job on the feet and legs and on eye contact too. That old heifer just wanted to get away from her for a few times, but I'll tell you one thing, she hung in there. Congratulations, these kiddos. Let's give them a good round of applause.
Congratulations to our junior breeding beef showman, our champion, Grace Berry, reserve champion, Braden Vetter. Then third and fourth place, we have Micaiah Wright and Olivia Wright. If we have any Pee-wee exhibitors, if you could make your way up to the ring. Pee-wee exhibitors, make your way up to the ring with an older exhibitor, please.
No, you did a good job. Thank you very much. The problem is you get discouraged at the end when they start moving around, and then you're like,
Okay, to kick off our breeding beef youth show, we have Class 4 Spring Yearling Heifer, Hereford, Livia Wright.
to start the Hereford show off, we got a single entry right here, and she wants to dance and prance a little bit for us today, and that's all right. But she's really nice, and we talk about volume, we talk about rib in one. You got one right here. You know, she gets a little bit more heavier right there down to her breastplate. But I like her for the standpoint. She's got some natural thickness right over her top. She ties in really good into her hip. She gets a little bit maybe off just right there into her tail head. Kind of just simmer that down and transition that one a little bit better. But boy, I really like the depth of rib and body into her. I like her length of neck also. I think that's a really good, cool profile in heifer. The young lady does a good job keeping up with her. Congratulations to her on a single entry.
Congratulations, Livia Wright. Entering the ring, we have Class 5 Junior Yearling Heifer, Hereford, Hudson Wright and Micaiah Wright.
Got two really nice heifers out here, and kind of different ones. You got one that's a little bit more showier, got some hair on her, got some growth. Really big boned one. I like her. Young man in front of me is going to win. Congratulations to him. I think that heifer checks some boxes of being a really nice show heifer. How she just comes out to her neck and profiles down to her shoulder. I love the rib and the cage into her. She's got ample amount of width over that loin, those hooks to pins, and how she settles good in her tail head. Also, she's good on her feet and legs, as we asked her to go on structurally correctness. I like her for that standpoint also. Congratulations. The young lady comes in second with another one, a really nice heifer too. You got to appreciate the volume of this heifer into her middle portion of her rib and how she comes down. She wants to just get down ever so slightly right there into her shoulder blade. You can kind of just get her head up just a little bit, boy. But you talk about width and in base down there, you got that also on the feet and legs. I like her too over her loin and how she settles down good into her tail head also. That's a really nice set. Let's give these two exhibitors a round of applause.
Congratulations, Class 5. First place, Hudson Wright. Second place, Micaiah Wright.
Get these out in the champion job, a really good. Like I said, you know, the one that really has that good picture of being deep body and deep flanked and a really good, has a nice udder development also. The young man's going to be your champion. Congratulations to him. Young lady in the first class going to be reserved. Congratulations to her also. Let's give these kiddos a round of applause. Good job, Owen. Keeping up with her.
Congratulations to our champion, Hereford, Hudson Wright, our reserve champion, Livia Wright. Next in the ring, we will have Class 14 Junior Heifer Calf Black Angus. That'll be Gage Broda.
They're both single entries. We'll just run them together. Is that cool?
That's fine.
Okay, so it'll be a junior black Angus calf and a cow over 2.
Okay.
Single entries. They just wanted to bring them as a pair so that they're not.
Oh, so these
So
are
they get the
actually
calf
singles,
in.
but they're pairs. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured it was. only two?
So there's two more flags. We'll do summer again and senior.
Okay. But that would be more the senior cow, and then that's the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was make sure. I was like, okay, probably more. There's more Angus's on the. Yeah, okay, so youngest to the oldest. All right. I don't want to mess this up. No, I just want to make sure. Really nice set, and I've informed that that's the calf, and we're going to make sure that that one's in the first group, and then this one's in the old group in class. And so, but we're going to talk them both. And as you can see, this is what we do in the beef world is we want to make good show calves. And I think she's got one right there, and we can talk that one by itself. He's old enough, but Roy really got a checks a lot of boxes of being have some dimension of shape and over the top and real level in the hip, and how that one usually transitions down to good feet and legs. That's a nice calf on her side. We talk about the mama side of her, and putting calves on cows and taking them off and weaning them and things like that. Their body score is going to decrease a little bit, but she still handles very well. I truly like her udder also. I think she got good udder quality, as my bio said. I judge a few dairy shows also and have some champions down in Texas, judging teams. But she's got good teat placement, really good quality level right there to that udder floor. Really nice udder on that cow. And so that's a big trait that cattle pass on to their offsprings also. So we want to make sure that works right. But we talk about the cow in general. Boy, she's got some depth of body still. She's still got some freshness to her over her top, and how she transitions really good into her loin, into her tail set. She's got good feet, leg, and bones. She gets around the show ring very, very well. She's really good on her structural standpoint also. That's a really good check mark when we're wanting to breed show calves. I like her too for her front end. She's really clean over her pole and how she comes and ties down to her neck. I like her over her shoulder blade also. That's a really good, intriguing player. Congratulations to the young men.
Congratulations, Class 14. First place, Gage Broda. Entering the ring, we have Class 16 Summer Yearling Heifers. We have Brianna Hollingsworth and Tate Berry.
really intriguing set right here, and two different types, and I'll talk them, but the young lady, she got a really nice profiling looking heifer. I love her from her shoulder to her blade set, and how she ties in over the top of her shoulders, and just real feminine, and not knowing that these animals get mature, and they're going to grow, and they change, and they do, but I'll tell you one thing, she's super feminine in her build, and how she balances out in her structural standpoint. We talk about feet and legs on this one also. She's really good, and we talk about how that hip placement sets down into that tail set, and how she transitions into that muscle pattern. That's a really nice heifer. Young man right here with this bigger type heifer. Boy, you talk about high volume right there in the middle portion of her body. And as we grow these heifers, they need to have body, and they need to have middle. They need to drop their flanks. I like her on her tail set also, how she ties in really well. One thing concerns me with her, she gets a little bit more out on her shoulders. She gets a little bit more out on her brisket. Gets a little bit more shorter neck. We talk about that eye appeal of that show heifer, but boy, that's a really high, good, nice volume. I thought this pair was really close. We're going to go ahead and keep them as they stand. Young lady will be first, young man will be second. Congratulations to those kiddos.
Congratulations, Class 16 Summer Yearling Heifers. First place, Brianna Hollingsworth. Second place, Tate Berry. Entering the ring, Class 17 Spring Yearling Heifers, both owned by Grace Berry.
Two really nice high volume type of heifers, and they're kind of unique and different in their design, and I'll talk them. Young lady, she has more the powerful one right over the loin set, and how that one settles down, and we talk about transition to that tail head and muscle. She probably has more muscle than the one behind her. I like her too, from her depth of body and rib, and how she transitions down to her flank. She might get a little bit more heavier right there to that shoulder, and that neck be just a tad bit more shorter, but boy, I'll talk about a high volume one. I like her for that standpoint, and she's really cool right there. And we talk about blade set and how she transitions to the middle of her body into her rib cage. I like her that. She's good on her feet and legs and good structurally sound. We got one that's a really cool looking one right there. Like I said, maybe not the most powerful one of the bunch. And like I said, these are two different types of heifers in their build. But boy, I like her too from that standpoint. It is how she settles really well to the middle portion of her body. And she's got a little bit more femininity right there to the front end. Is she the thickest one right there over to her loin set, and how she settles right there behind her blade set? No, she loses just a tad bit right there of width. And we talk about transition of flank because she's not as deep as the one right there in front of her, but she transitions very good right there to the back end, and she's the most powerful one, talking about lower muscle or quarter, how it averages out, and we don't want our heifers to look like steers by no means, but she still has an ample amount of muscle on her also. I thought this was a really close pair. Just kind of choose which one you like. We'll keep them as the same. Young lady will be first, young man will be second, but that's two really nice high volume heifers there. Congratulations to the kiddos.
Congratulations to our Class 17 spring yearling heifers. Grace Berry is first and second. Entering the ring now, we are going to have our selection of our champion and reserve champion, Black Angus. While our judge is selecting our champion and reserve champion, Black Angus, I want to take a couple of seconds and introduce our judge again, Mr. Jacob Dietz. He is an agricultural science teacher from Belleville, Texas. He's been teaching, advising for 24 years at Belleville High School. He graduated from Royal High School, attended Clarendon Junior College, where he was on a competitive livestock judging team, and went to Blinn College, where he finished his associate's degree in science. He graduated from Texas A&M University with a bachelor's degree in agriculture development and education. He has been blessed to have judged many market steer, heifer, swine, sheep, poultry, and breeding shows throughout the state of Texas. Out-of-state shows he has judged include California, Louisiana, Idaho, Maryland, and both market and breeding animals. He has 3 children, Briley, Brooke, and Brody, that show livestock. His family has been showing livestock for 16 years in market and breeding shows across Texas. Let's give Mr. Dietz a warm welcome.
Really nice lineup out here in the Angus division, and really good cattle also. And hopefully you can see that, these things, they've got some rib, they've got some shape to them. The little one looks like a little one, and the mature one looks like a mature one. But I'll tell you, and that's the way it needs, because these things grow and they mature and they change a little bit, and that's all right. We just got to keep up with our feeding program and what we're trying to do at home to make them have a successful program. But I really like these cattle a lot. The one that wins is just good volume. I talked about her having mass mass and been being real kind of broody looking, but still having that show eye appeal also. I like the center portion of her body and how she transitions down their flank. She's really nice right there when we talk about levelness of hip and hooks to pins and tailhead. Is going to be a young lady out of the last class. Congratulations to her. She's going to be your champion. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our champion Black Angus, Grace Berry.
Get that heifer in the lineup. She doesn't disappoint either. Like I said, I like her from her standpoint of the middle portion of her body and her rib and how she really transitions down through the flank. She's really, really nice. Like I said, she's the most powerful one of the bunch over the loin set. It just takes time to get these things mature. But boy, I'll tell you one thing, she's right on the way of being a really nice show heifer. She looks really good. I love her profile, her balance. I'm pretty sure she's been shown before. It's a really nice calf. And like I always tell kids in judging, and the one that you like and you keep on transition back to, and we I train the livestock team in Belleville at our home school, and we've been very successful. We're going to take a trip up to Denver here, where we were second in the state of Texas in our livestock judging program. I always tell kids, if there's one you always keep on coming back to, you probably like that one, and for a reason why. And there was one that I just keep on coming back to. It's going to be this one right here, this young lady right in front of me. She's going to be reserved. Congratulations. I love the design and profile of this heifer. Like I said, you ain't always got to be the biggest, the meatiest one in the bunch, but that is a really nice heifer. Congratulations to these kiddos in this Angus division.
Reserve champion Black Angus is Brianna Hollingsworth. Entering the ring, we have Class 30s spring yearling heifers of our other English straight or crossed breeds. We have Macy Leemaster, and Blair Sanchez.
really nice, intriguing class, and three different types of cattle, and maybe one that's a more on the maturity level, getting bred, got a cedar in it, but a really nice one. The one that wins the class will be the young lady down here with the more mature heifer. I really like her. If we talk about volume to a standpoint of loin and power, how much that she has over her hips and hooks the pins and down to her tail set, she's really nice, and she's got some club calf in her. She gets a little bit more on her on the chest floor and out in the shoulder area, but that's all right. That's what we breed these things for, is to have power and some volume of meat onto them also. But boy, I'll tell you one thing, she's still clean in her joints. I like her from a structural standpoint. We talk about pole, we talk about neck, how she transitions really well. I like her too. She's really good deep into her heart girth and how she transitions to the middle portion of her body. I like her on her feet and legs also. Good structure. Cash, she'll be your champion. Young ladies on the end's going to be reserve. I like this heifer a lot. We can say that we can drop her flank just ever slightly. She gets a little bit more thinner right there down to her rib cage. We just got to give her more volume. I like how she balances out. She really moves good. I love her feet and bone. They got really good feet and bone work down there. That's a good trait to pass on also. She's good and structurally correct. Just kind of clean her up just a little bit right there down to her loin set. Young man, nothing to take away from that one also. That's a really good looking calf too. A lot of bone, a lot of structure in that one. I like how that one on the middle portion of the body, how that one's full right down to the rib cage of being a smaller one also. Like how that one levels out into the loin. A really nice, good set. Let's give these kiddos a round of applause. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our Class 30 Spring Yearling Heifer champion, Blair Sanchez. Reserve, Macy Leemaster. Next in the ring is Class 43 Spring Yearling Heifer, Main Anjou or Main Cross. And our exhibitor is Trig Sedman. Also in the ring is Class 44 Junior Yearling Heifer, Main Anjou or Main Cross, Brianna Hollingsworth. So in the ring right now, we have two different classes. Each exhibitor won their prospective class. Trig Sedman out of Class 43, and then Brianna Hollingsworth out of Class 44. So right now we are selecting the champion and reserve champion, Main Anjou or Main Cross.
two really nice heifers out here for the vision, and they said they run their breeds. But I'll tell you, these are two really good looking animals out here, and this is what you kind of strive for, especially when they get to the maturity point. We dabble a lot in crossing with manes down in Texas with American cattle because we want to keep the hair on them. They're called ARBs, and so we have that breed down there that we kind of developed in Texas. And not really a breed, a crossbreed, but we do a lot of this with manes, and so it works for us down in South Texas, and we have some Maine crosses at home, and so we put Bramer cows on them, and so it's really unique, and I like the Maine because they can go different avenues of how you want to do your program, and so really nice, good cattle out here, and it's give or take. There are two different types. I'm going to say there's one of them. They're probably I didn't ask the kiddos if they were real heavy bred and how long they were. I can see that they're probably bred, because they've got some substance, they've got some middle to them, the portion of their rib. And well, we talk about profile. I think they really have a lot of profile. They got some freshness to their top sides and to their loin, and how they transition really nice. You got one that's maybe a little bit more bigger in size and style. You got one that's a little bit in a shorter package, but still really good. I think the show heifer that wins today for me just got that look, just a little bit more extended to the neck and to the brisket area, and how that one just cleans up a little bit better right there into the shoulder area. And we're talking about size, and as you can see, we have one that's smaller and larger, and so we compare and contrast. And you can flip them if you want to, but I like them as I see them. One that's just really good on I'd say the aspect of being very balanced right there down to the center portion of the body, how that one transitions down to the flank. And then when we talk about tail set, we talk about how that one's designed also. Big bone, big feature, but good structure. Young lady right in front of me, she's going to win the division. Congratulations to her. Young man's going to be second. Nothing to take away from that heifer. That's a really nice heifer. She gets just a little bit more shorter right there into her stride. I'm being kind of critical on that one because, boy, she's so high volume. I love her, how she balances out into her tailhead, and how she settles really good on her feet and legs. I like her from that standpoint. She gets a little bit more shorter right there into the neck, and then we talk about shoulder length of that one also. But, boy, I'll tell you, two high volume heifers. Don't be ashamed of either one of them. You're helping these kiddos out because they're really nice. Congratulations to the kiddos and the families.
Congratulations, our champion out of our Maine Anjou class or division is Brianna Hollingsworth. Reserve champion Trigg Sedman. Next in the ring, we have class 55 summer yearling heifers out of our exotic straight or cross breed. We have Trigg Sedman and Braden Vetter. Our Laramie County Fair has partnered with our Rugged Grace Photography. You see Miss Kelly in the ring. You can find all of her pictures that she is taking today online. You can find her on Facebook, or there are several flyers around the building that you can scan a QR code and look for pictures from today.
Got two really nice exotic heifers out here, and they're good in their own right. And as you can see, there's one that's got a little bit more club calf in her, real exotic looking, a really neat one to admire. You got a nice black heifer. It's got some profile, got some style and balance to her also. It's kind of hard being a judge comparing and contrasting two good, really high quality animals, and it's kind of how you want to pick your poison if you want to. But the young man right here in front of me with the lighter brown calf's going to win. She's exceptionally good on her feet and legs. I like her bone, her structure. She's well designed. You talk about balance, you talk about rib and cage and flank, and how she transitions very well. You talk about levelness of hip and how she just really ties down, and she's ample amount of muscle and style. She's not over conditioned. She's just right. She's got some freshness to her carcass also. Young man comes in with the black heifer. That's a really cool, nice look. I got some ear on that one also, maybe some American in that one. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, that is a really super high profile and good, nice balance heifer. We talk about bone, feet, and legs on that one also. That one's really good. I love hip and shape in this one and how she transitions also. Like I said, you can pick one when you like. That's how I picked them today, but boy, that is another nice, really good, high-quality black heifer. And second, congratulations to the kiddos.
Congratulations to our Class 55 exhibitors of the Summer Yearling Heifer Exotic class. First place, Trig Sedman. Second place, Braden Better. Coming in the ring, we have Class 56 Spring Yearling Heifers, Hayden Hubbard and Riley Vetter.
Two really nice high volume heifers out here, and boy, really good ones too at that standpoint, and just the amount of rib and shape they have in them, because it's hard to keep up with that, especially if it's dry and hot. You know, some of these animals don't want to eat, and we got to push them to the point of where we got to get them right. And so really nice, good, two intriguing type of heifers. I like them for their volume and their size. We talk about top shape over their loin and how they transition to their hooks, the pins. Like them for that standpoint. I think there's one just a little bit more better on the feet and legs, handles those back legs just a tad bit better, but I really like the profile of this one also. Really clean, really sleek, really neat. Like the tailhead set, young man will be a champion in this class. Congratulations. Young lady on a close second, boy, that's a really nice heifer though also. We can say we can balance her out just a little bit right there onto her tailhead. I love the middle portion and rib and cage in this one also. She just wants to track just ever so slightly get underneath herself when we ask her to go, but boy, I'll tell you one thing, I like her for the standpoint that she's really good. She's good production looking type cow also, and she's got some muscle and she's got some volume also. That's a really good close pair. Congratulations to the kiddos.
Congratulations to Class 56 exhibitors. First place, Hayden Hubbard. Second place, Riley Vetter. Entering the ring, we have Class 57 Junior Yearling Heifer, exhibitor Ainsley Halligan.
Nice single intro over here, and I talk about volume and depth of rib in our cattle, and we have to have them in these show calves, and she really checks that box right there. She's got good ample amount of rib and cage to her. When we get down, she's going to get a little bit more size and scale to her and drop her flank just ever so slightly. But we talk about the levelness of hip and how she's designing her tail head, and she's got good muscle. It averages out really well. I like her feet and bone and legs. She's really clean too in her neck and her throat latch. I haven't talked much about that in these cattle today, but boy, look at her in her neck. She's really cool. You can make a good heifer steer out of this mama when she gets bred, because she can go both ways, I think. And boy, I love the top of her pole and how clean she is also down to her plate. Really nice. If we want to say, can she be a little bit more deeper right there into her rib cage behind her heart? But boy, that's just being kind of critical with this one. That's a really nice, good single entry. Congratulations, young lady.
Congratulations to Ainsley Halligan, first place, Class 57. Coming back for our division drive, we have Trig Sedman out of Class 55, out of Class 56, Hayden Hubbard, and then Class 57, Ainsley Halligan.
really nice exotic lineup in here, and really good three quality heifers. Pick or choose the ones you like. But boy, I'll tell you one thing: there's the two ones with the hair. They're being contention of granting reserve, but not just because they're hairy, because they're exotic, and that's what we make them for. Whether we put them on the steer end of it or the heifer end of it, how you want to breed these things. They're two nice animals, and they've got great quality to them. They're really big, high volume, but they still contain that mature look of being a good heifer. And so these things, they don't get too tall sometimes in their scale and size of how we breed them, and that's the main point of what we're trying to do is from a muscle standpoint. But I think all three of those check the boxes out here in this lineup. The one that's just really cool and intriguing to me that has some power and muscle but can still handle good feet, bone, and structure and legs. Really neat, ties in really good down to the loin, has an ample amount of muscle and power to them, but boy, still can handle the feet and legs. And then that's really good and critical and we talk about feet and legs in our show industry, but we have to have that integrity too with our animals to make sure that they pass that on, because they have to have good clean joints. And so sometimes we can get away with that with different types of supplements and whatever else, but at the end of the day, we still got to have that integrity with these show animals. And so they check a lot of boxes, all three of these out here. We'll get them lined out, and I'll tell you who the champion is. But really, really nice. Talk about that red heifer being unique in her design and how clean she is, down to her breastplate, being exotic. They get a little out there sometimes on their breeding, how we breed them, but boy, she's still pretty clean, and she's really good in her shoulder and how she ties. And I love the volume and the mass in her. She might get a little bit more shorter in her stride, but boy, that's a really good one. She's good and heavy bone. Young man comes in with that black heifer, just really cool and exotic looking. But we talk about high volume over the top of that one in the pin set, and how that one settles down really good, has an ample amount of muscle to average out, and really good down to and very intriguing down to those quarter of those legs. The young lady with that white heifer too, she's really nice. She's not as hairy as the ones that are in front of her. Boy, you talk about a built one right there, really deep in her heart, and how she comes and transitions very well. Like I say, she's just got to drop a little bit more better right there down to that lower flank, but boy, that's a really nice heifer also. I think the one that I just keep on gravitating to that I really like, and I think it's really cool in the design and how this was really well built. Young man with the black heifer is going to be your champion. Congratulations. We're going to follow up with that young man with the brown heifer. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our division champion, our exotic champion, Hayden Hubbard, reserve champion, Trigg Sedman. Next in the ring is a single entry of our junior yearling heifer Red Angus breed, exhibitor Cooper Berry.
Whatever y'all want to do, don't matter to me. Oh, like you do Supreme Cup, so like all the different breeds will come in and whatever else. Okay.
We can do a little explaining to you, but if you want to take a 30
Yeah, we'll take a break, after that. nice single entry here in the Red Angus division, and a really good Red Angus also. My niece showed a Red Angus a few years ago down in Texas and did really well with it. So a really nice breeding, crossbreed these things also, and come out really well on them, and really good carcass merit on these cattle also. But this is a really nice heifer, and you put her against something, I think she's going to be very competitive also, because she has really a lot of positives for me, being just really big, high volume over her top. She's really square made. She's really good down to her hip and how she transitions down to her feet and legs. I like her for that standpoint. She's got some neck and she's got some width to her also, but she's still got some good feminine characteristics for the Red Angus breed. And I like her too, like I said, just deep bodied, and I like her how she transitions over her top, and she's really, really powerful down when we get to that loin set. That's a really nice Red Angus. Congratulations, young man.
Congratulations to Cooper Berry for your champion Red Angus. Entering the ring, we will have our overall champion females from each division. So from our Hereford division, we'll have Hudson Wright. Our Black Angus division, champion Grace Berry. Our champion English division, Blair Sanchez. Champion Maine, Brianna Hollingsworth. Champion Exotic, Hayden Hubbard. And champion Red Angus, Cooper Berry. After our overall selection here, we will start our feeder calf classes. And then once our feeder feeder calf classes are complete, we will take a 30-minute break before we start our Supreme Cow contest.
Really nice lineup out here for the Supreme Heifer overall, and commend yourself. There wasn't not one bad animal that walked through that gate evaluating. I know we didn't have quite a bit of numbers as they did last year, they say in the committee, but good quality animals. So be proud of yourself for having good quality, growing good quality animals, and kiddos exhibiting good quality animals. And that's all I always tell people, you know, we always want to show good quality animals and not represent our kids wrong in no means. And so great job, nice job of parents, grandparents, whoever helps these kiddos out getting these things stuck. And we always fight weather in the summertime also. And so it's always a challenge no matter what when we get involved with these animals and what we're going to do and how we're going to present our program and how we're going to do it with our kiddos. And so commend yourself on that, parents and ag teachers, county agents, whoever helps these kiddos out, because it takes an army sometimes to help a kiddo out and make sure one's right. But these animals, I evaluate them, and these are my animals that I like. I like my animals with some belly in them. I like them with some top. I like them with some shape, some loin. I like good structure on their feet and legs, and you know, we combine that all together, we got a pretty good one. And I think a lot of these breed champions and division champions, I guess they're all breed champions, represent that. And so commend yourself on that, because they're very nice animals. And I always tell people we spend a lot of money on feeding these things and grooming them, buying them, breeding them, whatever else how your program is. And at the end of the day, you want to come out here and you want to represent that breed that you won or been reserved. And so commend yourself on that. But kiddos did a heck of a job on the sticks, showing them, getting them represented. I know we had some trouble and some of them moving around, but you know what? That's what brings out the champion in kiddos. They can rebound and get these things set right. And so these cattle settled very well. And congratulations on that, kiddos, being really good on the stick and then having good mannerisms around your cattle. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to talk every one of these. Like I said, the volume, the shape, the muscle that we have in them, we want to make sure that they still look like a heifer, that they still have good attributes of what you're going to do in your program. If you're going to raise bull calves out of them, heifer calves, whatever else, I think you can go both ways with all these out here in this lineup. They have good quality to them, and no matter what, if they got more hair on them or less hair on them or whatever else, still good quality of animals. And I kind of see through that sometimes, and I live in an area where it's hard to grow hair. We have coolers and things like that, and we have to do all the extras to just grow hair on our cattle, and so it takes a lot where I live, and so that's just always a plus down there where I live when I evaluate cattle around my home area. But boy, I'll tell you one thing, very nice groomed cattle also. The one that kind of puts the package to me, just really good, like I said, very balanced out, one that really tied in really well on a structural standpoint also, but still tied in when you have that much muscle and that much power into one of them is going to be your exotic. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our overall champion female, exhibited by Hayden Hubbard.
Bring her out into the lineup. She just doesn't disappoint you at all. I thought that was a close pair in that class, and breed champion, but two really nice heifers that came out of that exotic division. She gets here and she gets into the mix, and she's really nice and she's good. She's got some femininity to her. She's got some power and muscle also. I think it's a really close pair between a lot of these out here. I pick and choose my cattle, and sometimes you want to pair them up and you want to keep those pair together, but a really nice one, and I am going to keep that pair together. Exotic's going to be a reserve. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our overall reserve champion female, exhibited by Trigg Sedman. Once we get our ring clear, next we're going to start with our feeder calves. If you have a feeder calf, go ahead and bring him up to the staging area, please.
Okay, so this next class is going to need a first place and then a solid purple champion. It'll be in there, and it'll be an open casting.
All right, back to our beef show. Entering the ring now, we have Class 4 exotic bred steer feeder calf shown by Connor Olvison.
Single entry in the feeder calf, but a really nice one at that. And boy, this guy's got profile. He's got a look to him. Really neat. And we talk about feeder calves, talk about steers. You combine them together, or market heifers or whatever else. They have to have that standpoint of having that muscle and balance. And we talk about this one, the middle section of him. He's really nice. He's got some more growth to him. He got some eye appeal also. We talk about neck and extension of him. And we want to just build around muscle and power and shape, and get that fat on them when we get them to that ideal weight of that 1,500 pounds around there, the 1,450. That's about the ideal weight for what we want these cattle at when we put them in the feed yard. And so he's got some really good positives about him and got good muscle standpoint. Because if you got to have a good loin, you got to have good muscle down there to the lower quarter of that leg. Also, it's a really nice, good single entry. Congratulations, young man. You'll be our champion also.
Congratulations to Connor for exhibiting our champion feeder calf. Up next, we have our catch a calf entry, Cooper Sanchez.
nice entry on the Catch a Calf program at Denver Stock Show. I read a little bit about that program. We showed some pigs there, so I always like reading literature about what other shows are doing and out of state, and so a pretty neat program that they have, and I think they come from one ranch. I was talking to a young lady, the announcer stand, and so that's pretty neat, you know, and it gives kids people interest in what the rancher is doing to make good steers, and so this is a really nice steer, good quality steer at that. We talk about our steers, we want them to have some muscle and some pattern when they're at a young age because they know they're going to grow into it. His structurally is really good. He's big-legged, he's big bone. I like him for that feature also, you know, and he's on the point of he's going to get more maturity in him, of course, but I like his style, I like his balance over his rib cage and how he transitions really well. Like I said, his front end is really nice, he's good, he's clean, he's not coming out at a young age into that brisket area right now, so he's got some more maturity to him, but he's got that look, he's got that profile look, and he balances out really nice for a young calf. I'd say a middle-aged calf, and he's going to get a lot more muscle, he's going to get a lot more power and bone, and pretty substance of bone is there because I like his structure. So when they're that big, heavy structured, they're going to walk pretty good for him. So congratulations, young man, that's a good one to start out with, and he's going to mature and get better for you also. Congratulations again.
Congratulations to our Catch a Calf champion, Cooper Sanchez.
Got two really nice, good volume, high volume type of animals also to start out with, and I said that before in the heifer show, and that's what we feed these animals for the feeder calf or for the catch a calf, really nice ones, and they got good points to them, and they got some rib, they got some cage, but they got muscle also to add on to that carcass, to the value of that carcass, to get them up to that. You know, our goal in feeding cattle or in feeding steers is to make sure that we try to get them to as close as we can to that low choice range. And boy, I'll tell you one thing, they got enough muscle, enough power in them to get them there. And so they're going to feed a little bit more, and they're going to grow a little bit more and transition into their carcass and how their overall makeup and balance of their muscle pattern is going to be. But these are two very nice calves out here. Of course, one of them's bigger than the other, but two good, really nice, good quality calves, and good luck in the future, whatever you're going to do with these cattle. But we talk about steers from the standpoint of just having good muscle over their top and how balanced they are, because that's very, very important that we have muscle over the top, because then that's going to transition down to that rib, down to that lower flank, to where we get that fat on these animals also. And we talk about good loin and shape, and down to that tail set also. Young man with the Herbert's going to be your champion. Young man with the feeder's going to be reserved, but very good, nice, high quality animals. And congratulations and good luck into the future with these two animals.
Congratulations to Cooper Sanchez. And then reserve was Connor Olison. We are going to take a 30-minute break, and then so about 1:30 we're going to come back and start our Supreme Cow Show.